lovely audience. Anyway, welcome to another video. So in this video, we're doing my absolute favorite monster from Monster Hunter, the puki-puki. In case you're wondering, my second favorite is the Devil Joe. And my third favorite is... That's a tough choice. Okay, I can't remember its name, but it's the fish that's very spiky. The land spiky fish. Yeah, that. Anyway, let's get into the video. So, okay, one moment. In this what if, first of all, quirks would be, okay, so Monster Hunter style quirks would be a lot more common. Like, they would be very frequent quirks about monsters from specifically Monster Hunter. They would be so frequent, in fact, that people would just have names for, each individual quirk, since people would get the same quirk twice. So, like, it would be common in Monster Hunter style quirks. And, well, Deku would happen to be a sibling of, Sue Asui, aka Frobby. And his quirk would be, of course, puki-puki. So, yeah. Except, well, there's one thing. Pukis in this world, even though being absolutely fraggin' adorable, like, look at this. Like, really. In case you're wondering, Monster Hunter Stories 2 was the first game that I actually got involved with the Monster Hunter series and, fell in love with it. It's also the game where I happened to fall in love with puki-puki. The kinship attack is so cute, and the thing in general in that game is so cute. And then I, looked at Monster Hunter, the other Monster Hunter games that featured Puki, and realized that it's also cute there. And from that point on, I just sort of fell in love with this oversized parrot frog salamander thing. I don't care what it's called, I just love it. I just love this thing. So, people don't have the best opinion of Pukis, because of the fact that, they're highly poisonous. They're considered pests. They eat things that are toxic to people, poisonous fruits, just anything about that's poison-filled, even rat poison. They're, pests in the eyes of people. But that doesn't stop our little Izuku from being a happy little boy. Just setting up a bit of a plot point later on. So, puki-pukis. So, when Deku gets his quirk, he would not be upset, but much rather very excited, because, in his opinion, puki-puki's plumages are very nice. I'll just tell you what Deku looks like. He's like a humanoid puki-puki. Human, but with aspects of this, like feathers around his eyes and feathery hair, feathers around his, ears, frog tongue. Let me get a different picture. Oh, puki-puki's so cute. Okay. So, yeah. We'll do a time skip. Like, everything goes to canon mostly, except, well, Deku has a quirk, and no one tries to really beat Deku that badly because, well, they're afraid they're gonna get poisoned. You know, not like classic anime, oh, I can't move poison, like full on real world, I'm dying type poison. Like murder kind, not I can push through it through the power of friendship, like it will kill you. Like, the power of friendship ain't saving you. It ain't saving your ass from the poisons. Uh, so no one really, like, beats Deku that badly because, well, they don't want to get poisoned that badly. So, a bit of a time skip. Deku's just, sitting on a ledge. As well, a Legiana would just swoop down by and try and grab him. He would dodge it, utilizing his wings. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this. Holy shit, I'm an idiot. Deku also has puki-puki wings on his back and a puki-puki tail. He would fly out of the way and then go full-on puki-puki, utilizing, well, the puki-puki eyes to just sort of look around. Eventually, after a few moments, a few spikes of... Oh, fuck. Just... a few ice spikes would just... Yeah, this. A few ice spikes would just come flying by. Deku would, dodge it. Barely again. The Legiana would be up in the sky, camouflaging itself in the clouds. So, what Deku would do, he would inflate his tail, just like fully inflate it to the brink of bursting, and spray it all up in the air. If you've played Monster Hunter Stories 2, you'll know where I'm going with this. As well, a drop of poison would fall on his head, and then another, and then another, and before you know it, it's fucking raining poison. Not like a slight drizzle, no, like heavily. Like, how? I'm just curious on this. How come that one kinship attack is not like the strongest one in the game? Like, it raining that much poison, that concentrated, into a single raindrop. Like, that should be enough to kill the average person. Like, how is that not the strongest attack in the game? Considering the sheer quantity that's coming down. Like, I know that there's balancing, but come on, use a bit of realism here. Like, that amount of poison is more than enough to kill a man. And also, any monster, really. So the Legiana would come crashing down, attempting to save itself by, well, freezing itself over, to prevent the poison. Freezing the venom. You got me, again. Give me a moment. Deku would just walk up to the Legiana, bend down and pat her, yes, it's a female, on the head. He's a normal human state. Almost got me that time, Kay. Just really Should have played it a bit smarter, I think. Bullshit. Ugh. If it wasn't for that damn poison and you just came at me one-on-one, I would have won. I'm fully aware of that, but not everyone's gonna come at you like a tigress. You would say, just patting her on the head. Don't you... Fuck. Could you just give me the anti-venom already? I'm beginning to get numb. Yeah. I would say taking out a small vial and just pouring it into the Legiona's mouth as the poison rain would end. The Legiona would get up very weakly before turning into a half, like a pretty girl, just a lady who's pretty attractive. I don't know how to, I'll just gloss over that. She has dark spots by her eyes, mimicking Legiona's eyes. And, her hair is, the color of, the average Legiona. Blue and black. She would have difficulty standing up, because the antivenom's just taken effect to deal with the regular venom. Her almost falling over, but Deku catching her. You really need to get better at your sneak attacks, Shut up. Oh, come on, I'm just teasing you. How about we go get a bite to eat? Fine. They would, go to, the average Japanese restaurant, get something to eat, and, that would be the end of the day for him. Okay. So, the UA Sports Festival. Not UA Sports Festival, entrance cam, I mean. So... Yawning. Go gadget yawning. Okay. So... Deku just keeps his head down. Doesn't want to deal with the blue-haired imbecile with engines on his calves. So, when it comes to the entrance when the gates open enough for Deku to fit through, as a puki-puki, he turns into a puki and just flies through the gates. President Mike is like, dang. That's why I've always liked pukis. Go, go, go. just says that. Before Ida could even open his mouth, before anyone could open their mouths, that's what Mike says. Anyway, so Deku begins destroying robots by, crushing them under his weight because, puki-pukis really don't have much going for them other than poison. He utilizes his tongue to smash robots into each other, but he has nothing going for him except for his size in this situation, because, once again, Puki. Spooky. I like Pukis, they're just so cute. Anyway, yeah. So, he would be getting some help from Kay, earning them, point... Blah, 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 blah. Brain.exe has stopped working. Okay, earning them points, teamwork points. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah. they would work together, earning like teamwork points, and also saving a few people, getting them out of the way of trouble. By the time the 0 pointer comes out, no one gets crushed, and they just fly away. They just leave. They just go away from the giant murder robot. No one gets crushed under it, luckily enough. You know what? I'm gonna give Ida one for all. Yes, you heard me right. Ida is getting one for all. I'm a weird dude. Anyway, yeah, Ida's getting one for all. So, once the entrance exam is over, they get into Class 1A. Naturally, they were literal giant monsters compared to like kids who can compared to like kids with guns in their mouths. That's an actual quirk. Tongue cannon, I think it's called. Yeah. Uh Remember that time Class 1A had to look after those kids? Yeah, one of those kids had a quirk that was literally they had a cannon inside of their mouth. Quirks are strange. So, heroes versus villains. One word. Pookie neck pouch and regurgitation. Like, everyone just sort of gets knocked out from massive globs of poison. They're given the antivenom, but they're unconscious on the ground. Deku just places his hands on the thing. Eureka literally did nothing. Well, not nothing. She scouted out which floor the bomb was on, but Deku just did everything because it was just easier that way for him to just throw up on Bakugo and Ida and knock them out. I feel like people sleep on how powerful Pookie can really be. Like, shooting up enough venom to make it rain poison is definitely a feat. And also, said poison is highly dangerous and could probably take out a small battalion of hunters. So, or a large battalion, depending on how large the cloud is. Anyway, so that's the heroes versus villains. Physical exam goes as normal, I guess. Except with Deku placing like slightly lower. Because once again, Pookies aren't the most physically strong. They mostly rely on their poisonous tails and neck sacks. Anyway, so the SJ attack. You know what? No. Yeah, yours, Jay. So Deku gets teleported onto the boat with his sister Froppy. Mayonetta says something inappropriate, and they both throw him off the boat. He's like squirming to get back up as more villains come along. Froppy looks at Deku. Deku looks at Froppy. Deku lifts his tail and begins spraying poison out into the water. Why, you may ask? To taint it. Now they are swimming in toxic water, and pretty soon are floating on the surface of it. Not dead. It's been watered down, the poison, by the water. So it won't kill them, just knocks them out. Which is quite convenient. They just fly out of there. Once again, Pookie poison coming into the victory. Okay. So, Kay is fighting the Nomu. because Aizawa is currently on the dirt. And she's putting in work. She's freezing it and breaking off the frozen trunks, making it difficult for it to regenerate once again because the parts that are injured are frozen over, so it takes that little bit of extra effort to freeze over. Deku comes in and lends aid, whacks it with its tail, sending it flying, biting it. Classic monster stuff. Until the Nomu socks Kei in the jaw, sending her flying and spinning backwards, grabs Deku by the head and yeets him also at Kei, both of them slamming into the wall. Deku slamming into Kei, meaning that she's currently too injured to hold a monster form, whilst Deku, Kei kinda cushioned his fall. Kei cushioned his fall, so he can stay in Pookie mode, but Kei is just, too hurt to stay in a Legiana because she got hit with a Pookie after being slammed into a solid rock wall so hard that she made a massive crack in it. Indent in it. So Deku places her on his back. She is currently too injured to protest or do anything. She's still conscious, just wishes she wasn't. So Deku is he gets a bit of a sinister grin as he reaches into a satchel which he has been carrying, revealing a dozen poisoned dart frogs and an entire stack of highly poisonous moss and fruit. He just gobbles it all down. His tail begins to expand rapidly as he shoots out a massive cloud of poison. A drop of poison lands on his head, and he uses his tongue as a shield. He places his tongue above Kei, like an umbrella, and uses it as a shield for the poison, protecting her. That is actually a part of puki-puki's kinship attack, and it's super adorable. Puki-puki is cute, in my opinion. You can have your own opinion. This is what Deku looked like when he was a baby. like we're currently going about what I can only describe as contained terrorism, and then I'm just like, this is what he looked like as a tiny baby. Which is cute. This is cute. But back to Deku committing, violating the Geneva Convention. As the downpour of poison would fall, the Nomu would have his brain exposed, and the poison would just pour in. So, yeah. The villains begin to fall over, choking on their own breath and blood, falling over, and just experiencing the worst of multiple poisoned dart frogs and multiple fruits that have been outlawed just about everywhere because of how poisonous they are. They are experiencing the worst poison imaginable because this poison is made out of other poisons. Multiple poison dart frogs of different species, so the poison is different per frog. And multiple poison fruits, and just adding insult to injury. What's that one poison called? Oh yeah, cyanide. Just as a little insult to injury, they are salted with cyanide. Deku is immune to poison and he's taking advantage of that. So Shigaraki falls on his knees, holding his neck As well, the Nomu would fall over and begin foaming at the mouth. So would Shigaraki. And his body the Nomu's body would begin twitching and gyrating uncontrollably as its healing factor tries to fight off the poison, but there's just too much coming in all at once, and it just sort of goes limp and dies. Like the light leaves its eyes, the foam gets replaced with flat out poison coming out of its mouth, like more poison. That's how much more poison was in it than actual blood. The light leaves its eyes, and Shigaraki is just like, and they just dip. So, I'm ending this off here. Goodbye, my lovely, lovely audience. I hope you tune in next time to see how Deku deals with the fact that he just violated the Geneva Convention. Anyway, I'll just say this now. I'm probably gonna do a video on the Devil Joe. Yeah, I really like the Devil Joe. It's my second favorite monster, aside from puki-puki. So I might do a video about that. Yeah, I think I might do a video about that. Anyway, goodbye, my lovely, lovely audience, and bye-bye.